Alright, we're back. Looks like it stopped drizzling a little bit. That's where we used to get them, right back in there.
Along the whole wall used to be fish.
Back there. But you could see the bottom almost all the way across. So
like water's like dried up. But surely what it used to be back here. People flying up here to get those rocks.
yeah, well we caught pikes in here, didn't we?
Yeah. Fast.
In this spot right here.
Pretty much anything.
I remember catching something up there by that tree. You gonna go out to the point? I wonder if anybody catches anything off this point anymore like we used to.
Yeah. Well,
There's
back
something.
then, we used to catch fish, so it's different now. Yeah, it's like so
Oh, it was a bird.
Like you couldn't even like walk over here, like water all the way up here.
Yeah, sometimes. If you get the rains.
There's a big weed that out here. That's why the fish up here.
Yeah, the weed, all these weeds.
There's like a big weed that grow here in the summer and spring. You can see them all down there. They're just down there now.
Right, so when they start growing.
That'd be a good time to get the boat out when it's spring. And then come over here and fish it. There's anything left.
Can you bring the boat in here?
Yeah, I already have. Done it before.
I didn't know you could bring boats in here.
They banned it for a while because of the sea mussels, and they allow it now.
Where's the boat ramp? Is there like a boat ramp over there? Yeah.
Yeah, it's that big thing over there on the left of here. It's actually a pretty nice little ramp. It's not like hard to set up or anything. Roll right in. Mallard uses like a little ramp. Steep hill.
Oh, you're not using a bobber?
Really using
You should be using a bobber. Just let it bob. See if the gulls dive down and like grab any fish.
There was one. Saw it.
There's some geese.
Nobody even like walking.
Well, no one's gonna come out in the rain,
Somebody over there now.
especially when there's no fish biting.
Yeah. It's like the worst. It's the best time to be making videos though when no one's here, so you can like talk nice and clearly. You can,
No, I don't care. I don't care if anyone's here. That's all people do now is walk around with their phones and talk to them.
Hey,
What's the difference?
I can't stand fishing around somebody and like talking. I want to talk about what I'm doing or fishing.
Well, yeah, you don't stand right next to them, but
If think you're like crazy or something. Yeah, I might just do a live. I might just do a live stream just so it goes up on YouTube. I ain't gonna post this. YouTube and edit it. I go on my phone and do it.
I just like doing Twitch because then I can live stream on Twitch and then I can look at it, and if it looks decent or if I get like decent parts, then I just send it to YouTube as a video. Then you don't have to sit there and wait for it to upload if you make a video. As long as I get good quality. Looks like my one viewer left because I turned it off, turned it back on again. It seems like when I change the camera, it kills the reception for some reason. I don't know what happened. So now I'm on the wide angle.
Live stream here.
So what is that, a gulp minnow?
Yeah, a 1/64th ounce jig head trout magnet. Little 1-inch gulp. Catch everything on it.
You need some meat.
Yeah. Like what? I don't know. Probably not now.
Maybe you'll get something back in the swamp with a bobber. Just bobbing it. Maybe they're sitting back in the swamp. Swamp fishing.
Call it.
I remember when we used to catch them like right in there. Like right by the shoreline right there. By those weeds.
Fishing live in misty conditions.
Why would you call it that?
I don't know what else to call it. Fishing live in rain. I already have that up.
What is that bird sitting on the pier right there? You see it? A bird sitting on the edge of the pier.
Yeah.
I don't want to change my I don't want to change my camera though, because then I'm afraid the stream's going to screw up. Yeah, it's just blurry. I can't zoom this one in because it's blurry. But I'm afraid to. Because birds don't usually like sit on the pier like that. I wonder if it's a hawk or something. The heck is that? Can you zoom in on that with your camera? Unless it's just a goose. Can you tell what it is? Plus my glasses are pitch black.
Yeah, same. Alright. It's too blurry.
I have to find out what that bird is. Yeah, see, it just notified me that you went online.
You guys are different if it was warmer. It would be perfect fishing conditions if it was like late spring conditions. We're still here in like the end of winter. Water temps still pretty cold. Fishing in the lake, we don't really fish too often because
You want to go check out the swamp or what?
yeah.
But we can't walk past the.
You can keep walking down there.
We can't, no, because I don't want to get covered in mud.
Yeah, if it's muddy, then no.
Of course, it's going to be muddy.
Might not
Once you get past the gravel, it's going to be all muddy.
I guess we'll go check that out.
That's like back there where I slid off the edge and went all the way down to the shoreline.
Alright. Let's go head out there.
You want to zoom in on that
I already tried.
unidentified bird?
Blurry. I zoom
The heck, I'd like to know what that is.
If anybody's tuned in, I've been posting many videos and some, but hasn't been any very much fishing active. So haven't really gotten out. Too crappy out lately.
That's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for the action to start.
Too cold. And the water is just consistently dropping and going up a little and dropping. It's like been like in the 30s and 40s. Need like a good consistent like week of 60s.
Have you seen a fish
I haven't.
anywhere?
No, I actually.
Like on a shoreline or anything?
Oh no. But when I went to Beaver the other weekend, the other rainy day when it was like Sunday rainy, I did catch one crappie there, the first open water fish. Or Ryan did, Brent. Little crappie. That was it though. One fish.
You got that on your channel?
Yeah, just a short.
The Bass Boys?
I just put it in a short. I didn't want to make a video of one little fish.
Make sure you don't park here.
Yeah, they park in here even though no one's driving the vehicle here.
It looks like they may have put some gravel down here though.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed last time.
Yeah, this is always kind
And
of
they
like.
put these rocks around here for some reason.
This is kind of always like this, but I think they might have added.
Well, I remember when I used to catch bass.
Yeah, right there. That's like fishing by my house on the bridge. Same thing.
It's like stream fishing.
Oh, look at that. It actually looks like. Is that what a bass? Oh no, that's a creek.
I don't know how I'm getting such a good bit rate. Maybe because there isn't as many people on Twitch right now to steal my bit rate.
You know, this is one area where it looks like. Go out and check it out. See if there's any.
That's all mud. I was just here the other day where the water just barely gets through.
On the other side too is water. This is just that pond, that little turtle pond. To the right. Because the river's over there.
Well, it's not a river, just
Oh no, it is. It's DuPage.
like a stream. Is it DuPage River?
Yeah, that's the DuPage River. DuPage River is small, like pretty much almost all of it until you get to like down south. It gets bigger. And that one dam I was fishing at like a couple years ago. But that's a secret. People say it's a secret hidden gem, that river for smallmouth. Nobody really fishes. area.
Flathead?
Like the water is really flat right here in the bottom. So yeah, it'd be a good spot when the water gets warm. The fish will probably come over there. The bass will probably
Yeah, but it's super shallow.
because it'll warm up and then they'll come to these areas.
Oh, super shallow. This is like the little fish area. And I think that's why they put all these rocks here. Because they don't want people fishing here. Because it's, I think this is like a spawner area. Oh, there've been people here though.
Yeah.
There's footsteps all through this mud. Look like fresh tracks. That's what I do when I'm walking like down the deer trails. I check the tracks to see if there's deer.
We saw a deer a couple last weekend at a construction zone down there. There was one hiding.
I haven't seen one for a while, but I've seen some this year.
That's the turtle. Oh, that's a turtle pond. That's the turtles hang out. I don't think they're making fish in there.
What, that ain't what you're talking about?
What?
I thought you were talking about fishing the crappie were in here.
No, that's not what we're in that.
Those deer pellets? Or is that just shit that fell? No, it's just the shit that fell out of the tree. Poison berries or something. Oh yeah, yeah, because the water's draining in there.
But there's a bigger one that's over there.
But it shouldn't drain in there unless the water's too high. And the water ain't very high. I remember when we used to walk across that rock bridge over there.
Yeah, you can get over there.
But I wouldn't walk across that right now. When it's slippery.
You can get over there from right here. It ain't too muddy.
Yeah.
Because the ground is all like smoked down here, a little packed down.
Yeah, but it's still.
It might, and there's also a river spot. It's kind of bigger over here.
I'd still get Ryan's shoes all muddy though. Oh, this came down. Like, this came down since I was just here.
Yeah. What is that? Why is there like water coming out of that?
Because I think it gets through, like underground somehow.
Oh.
It seeps through. Because how else is it going to get here?
It's like thinking it was like a spring.
Because it's moving from, it's moving away from us. So it must be like an underwater spring or something that
Yeah, it's not like mud.
here gets.
Just like
What do you mean? It's totally muddy. I'm gonna have to clean my shoes now. What I really need is some nice beater shoes. Or some like hiking, walking shoes. See, this right here, you could just slide right down. I think I caught fish in here before, little fish. If you put like a minnow on a bobber on. But I don't think there's any fish now because it's water's too cold. Yeah, but you got to finesse it. Yeah, see, this water's definitely flowing this way, out of this. So somehow the water gets through. Like an underwater spring thing or something. Now I'm sinking right in this mud.
Yeah, this mud is like more like thick and mushy, but it's been saturated with water. It was probably flooded here last week when it rained a ton. Probably all flooded up.
But we haven't really fished, especially back here, at all for a long time. I would think you could get catfish in here.
I wish you can. I'd come here, catch them. It's actually fairly deep in this area. I remember checking out.
So you're saying that's the DuPage River?
Yeah.
It comes out here and then it joins this water over here.
Yeah, it's just part of the DuPage. The one by my house, by the bridge, same river.
Is it like an offshoot of the river,
Yeah,
or is it the actual river?
It's the actual river. It's just very small for many miles, and then it gets bigger south. But it's not. It doesn't get deep. I think it's only like, I don't know, probably like 5 feet at the deepest.
Well, what is that river that's like by River Grove area? Is that the DuPage?
You're talking about the one, well, not Salt Creek, are you?
No, the freaking river that goes through the forest preserves, like way to the east.
I don't know what you're talking about. Could be
I thought that was a DuPage.
Yeah, 'cause the DuPage joins.
I can't remember.
Joins the Plains, I think.
Oh yeah, it's the Des Plaines River. Yeah. That's what it is.
Yeah, the Des Plaines River gets pretty big.
Yeah.
Massive, and it gets pretty deep.
Yeah, people used to talk about catching pikes and stuff out of, and walleyes out of Des Plaines.
Pikes are really.
But I never really fished it.
Yeah.
And it's always dirty like this, a muddy, you know.
Muddy bottom. Because this river, yeah, it's not really rocky.
But I don't feel like walking all the way around this thing. Because if we go much further, we'll be almost halfway around. But I don't know where else there is to go in here. So what direction are you saying Bass Lake is in?
Right in front of you. There.
It's that way?
Yeah. But if you go around this river here, I think that's the back of Bass Lake over there, the big giant mountain.
But there's no way to cross.
The only way to cross is if you just walk across the water.
You'd have to find a shallow spot.
I don't even think if you get to there, I don't think that's going to get you to Bass Lake.
Yeah, because you still have to get across that. Getting across
waders.
this don't do you no good.
If you had waders.
Yeah, but you could sink right in there. That's like sinkholes.
Alright, well, there's no fish here. Not that I was expecting anything. But
We wanted to go down there, like that other path
guess let's go
and check out that mud swamp.
Yeah, we'll check that out.
But I don't really want to walk around in there too much.
Someone like drinking beer down here. Budweiser.
Drinking Budweisers. Yeah, see, we really need to get to Bass Lake this year.
It's much better than this.
But I don't know how you're going to get there.
But even there, you really ain't gonna catch anything. There's still
Probably catch more than this.
Yeah.
That water's really running into that sewer.
Sounds like we're at area.
I don't understand why it's running in there so much when the water is so low. You could probably find snakes in there. If the snake gets stuck in there.
Yeah, it's getting sucked in.
Oh, here's the path through here.
You know, someone commented on my stream. Said they're from BHS.
They're what?
Bartlett High School.
Oh yeah. Is that the one over?
Yeah. He was saying the lake's got a bad problem with flooding, and I knew that. It's always flooding here.
Yeah, but
it's the rocks.
It's low now.
Usually, almost.
Maybe they opened that thing up
Yeah.
Are you gonna go down here a little bit and check this out?
We'll go check this out.
You go first, in case it's slippery. It's like in the backwoods, Kona. To wash my shoes with your hose. So I remember trying to fish like right off of here. There's a bobber in the tree right there. I would think you'd be able to catch catfish in here.
Think you'd be able to?
Actually, carp. You're probably more likely to catch carp in here.
Carp can live in anything. They could live in like the water.
Because this doesn't actually connect with the displays, right? I mean with the DuPage, right?
No, that's just
It doesn't connect with the river.
That's just a swamp.
So that means there probably wouldn't be any good fish in it. The water just moved right here. Something just made like...
Yeah, this over here.
Yeah, but why is that water moving out like that? Was that from you stepping on that log?
Yeah, it does connect. It will connect, but it has to flush. You would think like you'd be able to cast in there and fish, but
Well, like in the summertime...
Bass Lake is right there. That's Bass Lake right there. Do you get across there? Yeah, Bass Lake then.
Well, people obviously do because they probably use this rock bridge right here to get to that island.
Yeah, but then there's no way.
And then they go across right there. And it's probably... It might not be that deep right there.
Yeah, and the only reason I'm saying that is because Bass Lake, they're under like construction or something. They're not letting you walk in past. Otherwise, you could just.
I don't know if you want to go walking down if you slide in there. I wonder how deep that is.
Pretty deep. I've seen over there, it's actually fairly deep in that little, where it's like moving. I fished over here when I was on the other side.
I mean, if there's like any smallies or catfish, you could definitely, in the summer, with those little bit of rapids right there, this would be a good spot probably.
Yeah.
Just don't tell anyone. Why don't you try walking across that rock bridge? You can make a good video. I'm pretty sure I've walked across this before. A long time ago.
It's all wet now. I think
But that's just like a mud island
looks like someone was
over there.
Why are there ear what are these called?
Q-tips?
Q-tips.
I don't know.
Pretty strange. Someone clean their ears out over here. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to walk on those rocks because they're all wet and slip in.
There's little blips in the water, but I think it's just from water dripping out of the trees.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I've seen carp in here.
We got 3 viewers
Along the shoreline.
Heck.
Yeah, I got one, so.
He said that this swamp has decent crappie in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never knew that. I never really fished in it. I always fished in the other little.
Well, you could get one. If you had a bobber on. Too bad you don't have any crappie nibbles.
I had a bobber. I just need to put it on. I took it
There's
off.
a bobber stuck to that branch right there, so
I got a bobber right here. I don't need no bobber.
people obviously fish.
I just took it off, but I wanted to fish.
Yeah, but it's easier. You just twitch it.
I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna get nothing. jack yet, barely this year.
I don't know how I'm getting such a good bit right now. It's amazing. Oh, you expect me to get over this log right here? I think we've caught fish back here before.
I bet it was good.
I don't remember what.
I bet it was good like 10 years ago. I bet it was good when the Quarry was good.
But I wonder if they would stock anything in here. If they stock the main lake, would they stock this? Because there's no connection to it.
If it were a flood, though, the fish would all.
Unless people just throw fish in here. Thought I saw your bobber move. If you're not paying attention.
Something's swimming over there. See that?
What?
I think that might be like carp or something.
Yeah. It's probably carp. Unless you had some corn or something. You're not going to hook up with a carp. But if there's carp, there could be other fish around. Maybe if a beaver builds a dam over here, we could get across.
I just think it's kind of funny how someone found a stream. He's from here, from the area.
Well, do you have? Because I usually don't. I haven't really said where I've been going until recently.
I don't particularly like saying, you know, where I'm at. You know, people watch me.
But then I'm kind of getting to the point where I don't care.
Yeah, because everybody knows.
Especially if it's a video and they watch it after. It doesn't really matter if it's not like you're gonna have stream snipers. You know what a stream sniper is?
But it ain't like a secret though. It's not even a secret anymore. Everybody knows about everything.
Yeah, well, I ain't talking about that. I'm just talking about like people showing up that, you know.
Kind of weird.
But I mean, anyone in the area obviously knows what goes on, if there's good fishing around here or not. I wonder if I should just stream on YouTube and just dump Twitch. I mean, it's kind of like it's not as good as it used to be.
Twitch, yeah. I just like YouTube. I don't know why. It just seems like
All the games suck.
it seems like if people were to want to go watch somebody do something, they go.
And there's
they
not
go to YouTube.
there's not that many IRL streamers, like real people that actually do things and make content. So I don't know. Maybe I will just switch over to streaming directly on YouTube. I'm not sure if I have it set up right now. I've already done 30 minutes on Twitch.